Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. Changed my mind.
Changed mine because Tom Holland is the only thing with Tobey Maguire. It was of that era where they cast 30-year-olds as 16-year-olds. And if you don't know what this movie is, you're just watching that scene. It clearly looks like an adult chasing after the school bus because presumably their kid is on it. Like you look at Flash in the MCU now compared to, as we were saying, Flash in the early ones. It looks like that could be Flash's granddad.
He reminds me of like a little like white fangirl over like Tony Stark, which is kind of annoying. Like, oh, Mr. Stark, where am I going? Like, oh,
smells like a new car in here. Guess who missed Spider-Man Homecoming?
Uncle Ben. Why does Spider-Man always flush the toilet?
Why wouldn't he? It's the bigger question. Was that a snort laugh? Did we get the snort laugh? Well, we are going to talk Spider-Man. I think you're the only person on IMDb who has not been rumoured to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. I reckon that's a fact. Yeah. Unless you are. And you can't say.
That is... I'm not on Spider-Man. I'm not in a Spider-Man movie. I tried, though.
Did you?
I did try, but
was it them Photoshops?
I put in...
Mary Jane?
Yes. So that was actually my audition picture. Yeah. So I made that first to send it in and be like, look how beautiful this looks. How great I would be as Mary Jane in Spider-Man. But
the first one you looked a bit like Jenna Coleman to me.
They didn't go for it.
TV.
Oh, kinda.
You kind of look like Jenna Coleman in that. Yeah.
She's got a much smaller nose, but yeah. Oh well. Oh yeah, that kind of looks. Yeah, you look like uncanny. A lot of people, don't you? It's almost as... Yeah. It's almost up there with Anne I'm
Hathaway.
A chameleon.
Yeah. You know the song, the chameleon song, the Karma
Chameleon?
I didn't know it was Karma. I discovered that the other day. All these years I've been singing Come On. I thought it was Come On.
Come On?
I thought it was Come On, Come On, Come On, Come On, chameleon. You come and go. That's why I thought it was Come On. But it's Karma. And I was like, what? I was like, it's Karma Chameleon. It blew my mind. Anyway, it blew my tiny mind. Spider-Man. Where do you want to start with Spider-Man? Do you remember that time me and you had an argument and you've never liked me as much since I said Tobey Maguire is not my favourite?
Of course. Yeah. I will never live that down.
Do you want to have that argument again? Or
Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. Change my mind.
I don't care to change your mind, but I just... Change mine because Tom Holland is the best.
Doesn't care at all. Tom Holland. Okay.
Go on, find a center.
I'm gonna lay this out for you. I have this argument on the regular with my other friends.
Oh, cool. They're right too.
They also love Tom Holland, but here's the thing. So I've read the comics. I've read I started with Amazing Spider-Man, which is the OG Spider-Man comics. Okay. I think we've established that.
I mean, I've read Spider-Man's the only comics I've ever read as well, because I've never read comics, but when I was younger, or graphic novels, I don't know what you want to... Maybe they weren't comics, but Spider-Man was the only stuff I read as well.
That's the only one I really read. Yeah, and I had like a subscription each week. I got a new comic every week, and it was for Amazing Spider-Man. And there's so many different versions of Spider-Man, obviously. So like Tobey Maguire, I will say, not as quippy as a Spider-Man, but a wonderful Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. You know, he had like the mystery. He was obviously very smart and intuitive, and I liked him so much as Peter Parker. And then the mystery behind him is what really I liked a little bit more.
What's that all about?
And then when you got Andrew Garfield coming in, really great as too cool as Peter Parker, really quippy as Spider-Man. Yeah. Right? Spider-Man is a little bit of a dick when he's in the costume. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what's fun, because it's not, he can do that because he's not Peter.
Crouch! Just let me go.
Is that a knife? Is that a real knife?
Yes, it's a real knife.
My weakness, it's small knives.
Just let me go.
Anything but knives!
Oh, it's so simple.
That was cool.
What the hell is this?
Webbing that I developed myself. I don't think you really want to know.
Come on, let me go!
One second.
Stop, get off, man! No! Come on, let me go! Stop it! Dude, that isn't funny!
It is
Come
kind
on,
of funny, man.
help!
Like you when
And
you play
then
Evo.
you exactly. You can you do what you want because you're in character. So
Yeah.
nobody sees you. Nobody knows who you are. You're in a costume. And then Tom Holland, so don't get me wrong, Tom Holland as a person, as an actor, is fantastic. But I would not consider him as part of the Amazing Spider-Man brand.
I would agree.
He's more of like the ultimate Spider-Man version of Spider-Man.
Okay, so you've made a great argument that I actually agree with. I would say my best memory of Spider-Man as a kid was and Spider-Man was my favorite. I had a Spider-Man bedroom, everything.
Yeah,
but
me too.
You still do, yeah. But I remember my favorite cartoon. I think it was called The Spectacular Spider-Man, and that was the one I watched religiously.
Yeah.
I think that's very Tom Holland, Peter Parker. That one. So that's why I consider him. He's kind of like Doctor Who. Everyone's got like their Doctor kind of thing because it changes.
Yeah,
it's a bit like he's like my version of Peter
Batman.
Parker. Yeah, he's like my Peter Parker. So like it works for me. Yeah, I think we're kind of agreeing actually. When you change the argument to like, you know, more personable white, yeah, no, I'll give you that. The only thing with Tobias Maguire, it was of that era where they cast 30-year-olds as 16-year-olds or whatever, and I mean, you go back.
That is true.
You go back and watch the first Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I think it's like one of the opening scenes.
You're 16.
Yeah, because like he's running for the school bus, and if you don't know what this movie is and you're just watching that scene, it clearly looks like an adult chasing after the school bus because presumably their kid is on it. Do you know what I mean? And then he gets on the bus and everyone else is like 45 too, and it's just like
what? Like Flash the bully? Like no.
Damn, I don't know how old he was. But
Ash, you're like 40? Yeah.
Imagine if he was 16. Like, imagine him. Like, it's just that's insane.
I mean, I went to high school with Tyler Cameron, who's a football player. He plays for FSU, and I mean, he was a grown man at a very young age.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, you do
huge beast.
You do get people, but in that Sam Raimi universe, everybody was. I don't know what was in the water, but everybody was just aging quickly. I mean, imagine what that group of kids looked like when they were, 50.
Yeah.
That was the other thing, actually. I don't know what cartoon it was. It wasn't the Spectacular one, and it was when I was way younger, probably like 5 or something. And it might have been the old 90s one. It might be the one with the meme, the multiple Spider-Man meme pointing. It might be from that one. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. But you
can actually watch that on Disney Plus. They have the old Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah, they got all of them, haven't they? Like everything, yeah. They I don't know which one it was then. I'm gonna hate myself for this because I'm gonna want to put the clip up as we're talking over it, and I'm gonna have to scour the internet and scour Disney Plus. But there was an episode, or I'm pretty sure it was the Green Goblin made Spider-Man old. Like, and that's like my first memory of Spider-Man. Like it's really random, but I remember it because it was quite kind of weird as a kid. Yeah, so like he unmasked him. And he like touched him. There was obviously the plot of the storyline or whatever. There was something that was aging people, and probably something from the Sam Raimi universe. And he like touched his face, and he just turned old, like really old and grey and stuff. And it was either the Green Goblin or the Hobgoblin. If anybody knows, please let me know what that is from. And hopefully the clip is in the video now anyway.
Nope.
If it's not, please let me know because that was my first memory of Spider-Man and. It bugs me to this day. Yeah. Pun intended. I think we agree, and I agree with Andrew Garfield as well. He was way too cool to be Peter Parker.
Too cool.
He was, easily going out with the hottest girl. What was portrayed as the hottest girl in school. He had a skateboard. He had the hair. He wasn't really. He knew his stuff. He was a nerd. He was a science nerd. But he didn't look that one.
I really did love how in the Andrew Garfield movie, they made him more human. Like you saw him like sewing his costume and stuff like that. Like I really liked that a lot.
Yeah, same.
Because he's just a kid, you know?
Well, that's one thing I loved about Marvel was when they cast Tom Holland, how young he looks and how everyone looks in. They're proper like high schoolers, like, you know, Zendaya and that generation. Like you look at Flash in the MCU now compared to, as we were saying, Flash in the early ones. It looks like that could be Flash's granddad.
He blipped, so technically he's 16, not 21. I'll take that.
She's lying. I don't even know this girl.
So it's just they're miles apart, right? They got it right with the era and Instagram and all that stuff, like the references. They're very much that. I was talking about this last week about how the culture of high school has changed. So like Peter Parker wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
The version, that bully version of Flash from the early 2000s movies wouldn't work in this modern high school kind of culture. It's just changed. So like Flash is more the rich kid now. He's Flash.
What's up, Parker?
You know, he's
right.
Yeah, that it works better. But
he'd be like, I'm calling my father.
Yeah, like Draco Malfoy, my father will hear about this kind of kid. Yeah.
Yes, my father will hear about this.
When Bronzino's fresh, and that was not fresh, okay? So.
Flash, I need your car on your phone.
Sir, technically this is my dad's car, sir, so I can't.
But it does still bug me, and I completely get why they did it, pun intended. Why Spider-Man was just in the MCU. Like, there he is.
Hey, everyone.
And like in a throwaway line, oh, I got bitten by a spider.
You got bit by a spider? Can it bite me? Well, it probably would have hurt, right? You know what? Whatever. Even if it did hurt, I would let it bite me. Maybe. How much did it hurt?
The spider's dead, Ned.
And I get it. We've seen the origin story multiple times. Right. I get it. Kind of want to see it again though, just for continuity's sake.
I think
that
a little reminder, a little flashback,
just something. Yeah, like even like where, I mean, we got it a bit. Like I think you saw a costume. I think Tony Stark. You saw a costume he made himself and all that stuff. And I'm fine with him like upgraded so quickly because of Tony Stark. That works fine for me. That all story checks out. But I would like to have seen more of him, because even in Homecoming, in the first one, you see him trying to be a neighborhood hero, but he's already pretty established as Spider-Man. So I'd rather have seen, like you said, like earlier days stuff.
Well, how they're doing the Spider-Man universe, it's not linear because they like can't. It hasn't been the same like production company. You know, it's like a totally different thing every movie. You know, but now he's in the MCU, and had they known that he was going to be able to continue through the MCU, but I think actually Sony's being bought out. I don't remember. They're going to have to like restart again.
They done a new deal because there was that time a couple of years ago everyone panicked. Tom Holland was out of the MCU, and then he went back.
Yes,
they fixed it. Yeah.
Okay, so had they known, like, you know, that it's going to continue, they probably would have done another origin story with Tom Holland to start from the beginning.
Maybe,
you know, because they did that with all the other. Yeah, maybe. Because they did that with the other two. It's like, this is the start, and then, you know, he bleeds into his villain for the movie. You know, and but see, with Tobey Maguire's the only one, he's been in 3 movies, so he was able to continue. Like, it was an origin story every movie.
Well, they're beyond the point with Tom Holland now to do it. Like, they could do a flashback.
They could. But they could do a prequel.
They don't need to. Yeah, I get why they don't need to. It'll make money though, Marvel. You know, it'll make money. We'll go see anything.
Always.
We'll go see anything. You start.
We just want. Yeah. I just need more Spider-Man.
More content.
But like Tom Holland bothers me, I think, because like he's like a little punk. Yeah. But he reminds me of like a little like white fangirl over like Tony Stark, which is kind of annoying. Like, oh, Mr. Stark, where am I going? Like, oh,
smells like a new car in here.
I know, and he's supposed to be a very intelligent like kid, you know, and he just doesn't sound like it.
I think,
and that bothers me.
I think it's their way of like
I don't have a crush on him.
That's the problem. You would if he had this British accent. Yeah, let him talk. Yeah, I think that's kind of they're justified from. They have to fit him into this universe, so that to give him that straight attachment to Tony Stark, and like I said, getting him to upgrade so quickly to make him to skip the origin story as much as they can to make him Spider-Man, you know, top hero ready. It's I think that's why they did it, and it made sense to link him to Tony Stark to be, and because they're making him younger, I guess it's just kind of a thing to make him that. kind of a simp for Tony Stark. Just
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know, but I get it as well. I get it. But hopefully he will. I mean, they did a lot of character development with Tony Stark dying and him getting over that. So maybe, he's making a lot of mistakes. He'll learn from it and become more intelligent.
Now, like he has the glasses. Like, is he gonna be the new Tony Stark? Like, is he gonna be?
I think in terms of being the new face of Marvel, like that Iron Man was, I think, yeah, for me, Far From Home set that was the story of Far From Home for me, is that he's now Iron Man's replacement and he's going to be the face of this franchise going forward, is what I kind of took from that. So I don't know if he'll be Tony Stark-esque, but I think he'll fill those shoes,
That would just, if he does that would just make it even worse, because Tony Stark is like a little bit of a douchebag, I don't think
he'll be the douchebag. No, I think he'll fill the role of, like, in terms of,
he'll go from punk to douchebag.
He'll just go through. He's going through puberty. Leave him alone. He'll go through phases.
Right.
He's only like 14. I don't know how old he is in the Spider-Man universe. Like 16. I don't know.
I think 16.
Yeah, because he's a baby-faced guy as well. All right then. So, favorite Spider-Man movie then, which I'm guessing is out of the Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah, the first one.
First one, yeah.
Very first one. It's just, I think it's mostly for nostalgic purposes. I was so looking forward. I was so looking forward to seeing that movie after like reading the comics and like having a visual, and I love the song in there too, which is Chad Kroeger does Heroes.
Okay.
If I ever want to have like a moment with myself, I'll like watch the music video, the Spider-Man music video with the song, and because it's like has shots of Tobey Maguire looking at his drawing that he drew of his suit and him swinging, and like it's just, I don't know what it is. It's like a little fantasy of mine. Like,
yeah, cool. That makes sense.
Like, yeah. I want to be Mary Jane. I want to be swinging through New York.
You've made that clear. We've seen the posts. Yeah. There was a post actually of you in a comic book store falling into Spider-Man's arms as well.
Huh?
There's a picture of you on your Instagram of you're in a comic book store and there's a Spider-Man statue and you just fall into his arms. Have you seen is that allowed Vine? Is that allowed? Have you seen that? Oh, no, send it to you. No. That's what that reminded me of. Like, is this allowed? Is that allowed?
What the fuck? Is this allowed? What the fuck? Is that allowed?
Stop.
Because there's a theory as well in that video that the guy that she's sort of like hugging or whatever, that he's actually not a real guy, he's a mannequin. And that's why as well. Because you actually were with the mannequin. So I was like, I'll send it to you, you'll get it. It's great. Favourite villain?
Oh man, I don't know. You have 3? All right, tell me yours.
It's a toss up between Green Goblin, Venom, or Carnage.
I'm gonna say Venom is my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Tom Hardy movies? Well, movie.
I love that movie.
Do you?
Yeah.
I love Tom Hardy. Like in anything, like I will. If you put Tom Hardy's name on it, I'm gonna see it. I think he's fantastic. Venom, I don't know what it was. He was great. Yeah. There was something missing. I think it's because it's its own
I didn't
thing.
like that they were separate entities. I will say that.
Yeah, it is funny.
I thought that was a little weird.
It's not,
yeah, it's funny.
It's like, I look at it a bit like the Disney live action stuff and like a cover song. It's a cool version or a cool take on something I love, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's not better than the original.
The movie was not. It was not a. It was a good movie. You know, like
I've
seen it multiple times. Yeah. But yeah, it was versus the comics, like Eddie is Venom.
Exactly.
He is Venom versus like they made it where he's separate from him, like he's got another voice in his head.
Yeah, they're two.
Which I guess is
2 characters.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're going to do that with Carnage in the next one. It'll be 2 entities again.
I don't know. I'm excited for Carnage.
I'm so excited because I've wanted Carnage in a movie for so long. Since forever, literally. That was the first game I played. I think it was probably just called Spider-Man. It was on PS1, and Carnage was like the main villain at the end. Terrified me, and I loved it. Like it was the best. The fact that he is actually a serial killer before he becomes Carnage, brilliant. Like, it's the perfect villain. So Carnage in the movie.
That's
chef's kiss for me.
chef's kiss.
I forgot to do the kiss. I just did the action. Spider-Man video game. Did you play any?
Yes. I think it was. I don't remember which one it was, but it was on. Did I play it on GameCube? I think it was GameCube because that's all we had, and I liked it because it was kind of cartoony a little bit, but realistic. And then you had freedom to do whatever you wanted to do.
Oh,
which is what I really liked about the game.
Yeah, I love a bit of freedom.
But it was older. It might have been Ultimate.
I'm surprised I haven't seen you stream any Spider-Man game.
Because I don't have anything for Xbox except, it's Ultimate Spider-Man.
They made a lot,
on GameCube.
I know, I've got Xbox and I can't play any new Spider-Man game because Sony.
I did get the Shattered Dimensions game, which is really cool.
Oh no,
I love that game. It's so cool because you're like different versions and it affects the other timelines for it's a really cool game. And you're like Spider-Man Noir, you're Spider-Man, I think he's 2099, you're like the regular Spider-Man. And
Multiverse.
But yeah, and
Spider-Verse.
I got that as a present for when I had an Xbox One, an Xbox 360, and it's not backwards compatible, so I can't play it on my one.
I got my old 360 back as well as my Xbox One. I'm winning the life. I gave my Xbox 360 to my nephew. He's outgrown it, got an Xbox One, and so I got my 360 back. So I'm just buying. I'm gonna buy these old Spider-Man games that I never played. I played Spider-Man 3, and that was the only one that's on my history. So I'm gonna get some of the old games. There's loads. All the movie games.
There's a brand new one that came out too, a new Spider-Man game that looks really good.
Yeah, but aren't they all on? I think they're only on PlayStation now because of Sony. So you can't play them. So I would, when I'm rich, I'm gonna buy a PS5 just to play Spider-Man. That's all I care about.
When you're rich.
When I'm rich, I'm gonna if I can get a PS5. I don't know where.
I know. I'll have to tell my friend to just get the game so I can play it on his PS5 and then I'll stream at his house.
You got do it. It has to be done.
Yeah.
Do you know any Spider-Man jokes off the top of your head? Go on. You got this. You got this. I believe in you.
No.
Don't search the web.
I've never.
Thank you, Jimmy Carr.
I've never. I love it. I love his laugh. I'm gonna start doing that ironically, and I'm gonna start laughing that way. Is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, throw in a few geezers and British slangs. We'll get you there. You'll be full British.
Yeah. I do not have a Spider-Man joke off the top of my head.
Okay, do you want to hear one?
Yes.
So I've got a nice one that's family friendly.
You're reading it.
Yeah.
Well, I had to make one up, but you have one prepared.
Yeah, because you're like.
I didn't know you're gonna.
You're a Spider-Man, massive nerd. So I thought you'd know one,
There's a lot of dead Ben jokes.
Yeah, I've got one of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, but the family friendly one's actually quite good. Is what do you call Spider-Man after he lost his powers, but he still jumps from building to building?
What?
You'll kick yourself. You sure you don't want to take a punt at it?
No.
You ready? Peter Parkour. Was that a snort laugh? Did we get the snort laugh? Oh, damn it. I wanted the snort laugh.
It's close.
It's good though, isn't it?
Oh, Peter Parkour.
So good. I'm proud of it. I'm going to pretend that's my joke. I'm going to steal it. It's not my joke, but I love it. Yeah, you already guessed the other one. Guess who missed Spider-Man Homecoming?
Uncle Ben.
Of course you did. Do you have Uncle Ben's rice in the US? Do you have that brand?
What?
Do you have Uncle Ben's rice? We have a brand called Uncle Ben's.
We have. Yes, yeah, we have Uncle Ben's rice.
There's a lot of jokes about that as well, but I can't be bothered to Google them. The Uncle Ben jokes are the best. They're terrible, but they're the best.
These are so bad.
Of course they are.
What is Spider-Man's favorite day of the week? Fly Day.
Do you know what? I thought it was going to be Webb's Day or something, on Wednesday, but yeah, Fly Day.
That would be better.
Yeah. Hey.
What is the difference between Spider-Man and a unicorn?
Spider-Man's real.
nothing. They're both fictional creatures.
both-
This sucks.
Unicorns are more horny. I don't know.
These are awful. These are actually like bad, not like good bad. Why does Spider-Man always flush the toilet?
Why wouldn't he? It's the bigger question. Why wouldn't he?
That's a better question.
What is the answer? I don't know.
Because it's his duty. I've just had Spider-Man on the phone. He's got himself into a bit of a sticky situation.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
I went to watch Spider-Man playing baseball. He was great at catching flies.
Put cricket noises instead.
That's good. So I actually got to go on a date with Spider-Man on set.
Oh, this is going to be terrible.
When I tried to get in the movie.
Yeah.
But we went on one date and he ended up being like super clingy. Did my audio cut out?
No, I just wish it did.
Your laugh. Can't hear your laugh.
Yeah. I'll add in a laughter track, don't worry. I'll add in a laughter track. There's no sarcasm to it whatsoever. That's stretching that one a bit. That's reaching, I'd say.
Too far? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do have to go soon. Because Spider-Man's on his way and he said he'd swing by.
That's good. That's so much better. I mean, it's terrible, but it's a good terrible. That's much better. That's much better. No, no need to be sad. That the laughter track for that one's not sarcastic at all. Do you wanna plug yourself a little bit more?
Hold on, I have to tell you this one.
No, I'm the
wanted
host.
to ask.
No, what are you doing?
Hold on.
What? You
Come on, one more.
It's my show.
This one's so good. Okay. I wanted to ask Spider-Man to connect my TV, but I couldn't find Maguire.
Okay, there's nothing anyone could ever say that is better than that as an excuse to interrupt me. That was just...
Oh, God.
That was good.
Okay.
That was really
I'm
good.
good now. That was
sure?
a high note. Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't have got any lower.
There's so many here. We like the same music, Spider-Man and I.
I thought you meant me and you. I was like, yeah, we spoke about this.
No. Spider-Man and I actually. My favorite music and his favorite music is the same. Swing music.
Oh, God. You both swingers. In the 50s. The swinging 50s. Swinging. Yeah. Swinging.
Swinging.
Yeah, like
Swinging. Yeah.
that. Exactly that. Spider-Man No Way Home. What's happening?
What do you mean what's happening? I don't know.
Definitely. I know you don't know. I'd be amazed if you knew. Just that would be a real... Why don't you say it at the start? Or just go viral?
I haven't... I don't...
You know the rumours. You know the rumours, right?
Yes. Like, there's going to be all the Spider-Man in the one movie.
That's going to happen, right? What do you think?
I hope so. I hope it does. I think that'll be incredible. And that'll actually put everybody on a different, like, platform. You know? Like, it won't... Like, right now, it's, like, one Spider-Man. But if they put them all in the one movie, then they'll do exactly kind of what I said, is they're all different Spider-Men. Maybe in different universes. Yeah.
But where does
so that would actually be...
Where does it end? Because, like, and with the end of the Loki, it all tying together.
Never ends.
Does everything is now canon, essentially, in some timeline, like the Marvel movies Fox made? You can say, like, yeah, it's just an alternative timeline. Like, the Netflix movies, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., stuff that they... say, is it canon, is it not? But like, yeah, it is. It's just in a different timeline. It branched. Like, it gives, opens it up. But better but Carnage,
Yeah, they can. I mean, now they can pretty much do whatever they want, and it's just in a multiverse. And I think, like, if you ever read or watched, like, Deadpool, he uses that a lot, where he was, like, all powerful at one point, and, like, there's, like, a million versions of, Deadpool, and there's a million versions of Spider-Man. And, Spider-Man, what's the one where he's a cartoon with Miles Morales?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, yeah. Like, there's so many different versions of Loki. Like, we figured that...
Variants, yeah.
How many more spider people are there? Save it for Comic-Con.
So, why Garfield's and the Tom into one movie?
I mean, that actually, in the post-credits of Into the Spider-Verse, might be my favourite post-credit scene with the meme. They did that perfectly.
Just gonna roll the dice on this?
So what do you say, pal? Where do you want to go first?
Let's start at the beginning, one last time. Earth 67. Whoa.
What the?
I'm Spider-Man. I need you to come with me.
Who the heck are you?
I just told you that. Listen. I'm from the future.
How dare you point at me?
You were pointing first.
It's rude to point.
You're being very rude. You're not even believing what I'm saying.
Which one pointed first?
Spider-Man pointed first, obviously.
You're pointing at me right now as you
pointing,
say that.
you're
Look
pointing.
at you.
I'm
Look
just
at your
pointing at
finger.
your pointing,
Look at your
which is
finger right
different
now.
than
What is it
normal
doing?
pointing.
You are pointing.
You
at
haven't
me.
seen
You're
pointing
accusing
until I
me
get
of
through with
pointing
you, and then
while
you'll
you're
know.
But they made a mistake, and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, no, the mistake was, even though it was, I hate to trash on this because it was perfect. It was so funny. This first time in movies they often don't do memes very well, popular internet memes, but that one they hit it out the park. In the movie, and you've seen the movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course you have.
Yeah.
They when the different Spider-Men come from the other universes, they have the same look. So like the Spider Pig does whatever Spider Pig does when he comes in. He's still the same. The noir Spider-Man, he looks the same. So like everyone keeps their look from their universe, yeah?
Yeah.
So in the post-credit scene, they don't keep their look from their universe. They all look the same, hence the pointing at each other.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Oh.
Yeah. So it's a mistake that is huge, but I'll let it pass because it was so funny. But
it was on purpose. They like.
Yeah, I know, but I think that's what I'm saying.
Where's the mistake? Yeah.
What do you mean? Where's the mistake? They told you the mistake.
Yeah, but it was on purpose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it was a mistake on purpose because they were like the pros outweigh the cons. Like it's too funny not to do.
Yeah.
But it's still a mistake. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with it. I'm annoyed with these things. Okay, I'm nitpicky. No, it's just,
you need a hobby.
I do. I need a job.
You need a job.
I do. I really need a job. But I don't want one either. So no.
Okay.
Sorry, anyone if I've applied for a job since this recording, please ignore that statement. Even if it is true. Just to summarise where everyone can find you online.
Sure. My name is Nostalgic and is with N0 ESTALGIC. And I have a 0 in there because there's another Nostalgic.
Somebody hosted the wrong one by accident.
I'm after
never
you.
living it down. Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram. I have links to all my pages in there. IMDb Backstage if you want to hire me for anything. I'm starting like a merchandise page on Redbubble where you can get like cute little stickers and posters and stuff like that, which is fun. I stream on Twitch occasionally, so just follow me on Twitch with the little notification bell and you can see when I'm on there. And that's about it.
That was pretty. You've done that before, haven't you? That was good.
No.
You've done that before. That was really good.
Do you think I've done this once? I've done this a million times.
Spend your life.
I'm on the regular.
Spend your life plugging yourself. You are very active on the gram. You are very good. Your Instagram, if you're going to follow anything, I'd follow you on Instagram because it is hilarious. Like you do post some really funny shit. That video the other day where I said you went from Daphne to Velma real quick.
Hey, I know it's late to ask, but would you want to play a video game with me?
That was my favourite one.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
My roommate was like, that one was so funny. She's like, I really liked that one.
It really was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did that in 2 seconds, and that wasn't even meant to be like I just put it on Snapchat to be funny.
Oh, I thought it was a
And then everyone was like, no. And everyone's like, oh my God, that's so funny. So I was like, I guess I'll put it on Instagram if it was that good.
Yeah. It was definitely Insta-worthy.
It took me 2 seconds. Yeah.
Ah, it's Instagrammable. Hey, you can do a lot in 2 seconds, trust me. Are you not on TikTok?
That makes sense. No, I don't have TikTok.
Everything about your content just screams TikTok. It's blown my mind you're not on TikTok. You would be great on TikTok. What's going on?
I don't want to download TikTok. I'll just keep it on Instagram. I'll make reels.
Yeah, we all say that, but you live long enough, you end up seeing yourself become the villain. It's just, you'll end up on there. You will. It's just what will happen. I thought I'd never get Discord, but here we are. So, is there anything you would like to say to end it? You'd like to have the final word? All I'm going to say is go check Noelle out on Twitch, because get her affiliate. She deserves it. But that's all I've got to say.
I'm out of words. I'm all worded out. Covered a lot in like 4 hours.
We have. Don't worry. It'll be trimmed down. The director's cut. Keep an eye out for the director's cut. But
and the blooper reel.
That's the whole thing's a blooper reel. Just upload the whole thing. Yeah, there's no point. There's pockets.
That'll be the title.
Blooper reel. Yeah, there's so many titles as well. We could have different versions of this.
I know.
Yeah. No, you've done well. Thank you for coming on, because I know how busy you are. So does everyone else now. You've told us everything you do. So thank you for coming on. I do really appreciate it, and
of course.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for inviting me on. That I'm interesting enough to talk to.
You are. You definitely are. I'm not having you back on. You've had your episode now, so
thanks.
That's
all I wanted.
That's us done,
I can die happy now.
Yeah, exactly. You've been on the podcast. You're off the checklist. It's fine.
What's your podcast called?
Hey, wait a minute, what the hell?
You can't say that at the end of the podcast. You've been on here for 4 hours and you're like, what is this, by the way? Are you recording? Oh, is this a thing? Oh. Like, bruh. Okay, so it is just called the MJR Podcast, because I'm self-centered, finally self-centered and all that.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I couldn't really think of a great name, and I was just like, now I kind of wish I called it the Dog's Bollocks, but maybe I'll do another podcast called the Dog's Bollocks. I
mean, you're only on your second episode, so I think you.
I know, but I like my logo.
Can change it when you want to.
I like my logo. I'm a continuity thing, man. I can't. I just had a little rant about the Spider-Verse continuity. I can't do that to my podcast. I can't have the Dog's Bollocks episode 3, considering there's no episodes 1 and 2. You know.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, we're dragging out the outro.
Outro.
And you get the final word. Go.
Pickles.